The letters in 4B. I'm Maya Chen, 31, and I never believed in fate until a stranger's mail kept landing in my mailbox for 6 months straight. Before I tell you how a postal mix-up became the best mistake of my life, let me know where you're watching from in the comments. If you believe in love finding its way through the smallest cracks, hit that like button and subscribe. I just moved into a converted brownstone in Somerville after a breakup that left me questioning whether I even believed in relationships anymore. 3 years with Jason had ended not with a dramatic fight, but with a quiet, mutual admission that we'd become roommates who occasionally kissed. I told myself I was fine being alone. I decorated my new apartment in soft grays and told my sister I was focusing on myself, which is what you say when you're actually just scared. The mail mix-up started the second week. A thick, cream-colored envelope, addressed to D. Whitfield, apartment 4B, slipped through my mail slot along with my usual bills and catalogs. My apartment was 4B. The building's other 4B, I'd learn, was 1 floor up in the annex nobody used the shared entrance for, and the mail carrier apparently couldn't tell the difference. I almost tossed it in the building's lost mail bin. Instead, curiosity won. The envelope wasn't sealed, just tucked. Inside was a letter, handwritten, no return address. It was from someone signing only as R, and it was unmistakably a love letter. Unsent. Or perhaps sent and this was a copy? The kind of aching, unguarded writing you don't see anymore in a world of text messages. Something about how the pauses in a phone call used to say more than words. I felt like an intruder reading it, but I couldn't stop. I refolded it carefully, dropped it in the building lobby's brass mail cubby marked 4B Annex, and told myself that was the end of it. It wasn't. 3 weeks later, another letter arrived in my box. Same handwriting, same lack of return address. This one described a coffee shop on Elm Street where R used to sit by the window every Tuesday, hoping. I delivered that one too, leaving a small sticky note this time. Wrong mailbox. Found this in 4B, main building. Hope it reaches you. The letters kept coming, roughly every 3 weeks, each one aching and specific. A shared record collection split during a move. A dog named Biscuit who'd since passed. A wedding neither of them attended because of a fight that outlived its own reason. I started leaving notes with each delivery. Small things. This one made me tear up a little. Or, whoever R is, they write like they mean it. 5 months in, I came home to find a note taped to my own door for once. Blue ink, unfamiliar handwriting. Thank you for delivering these. I'm the one they're addressed to. I'm David, 4B, upstairs. I'd love to buy you coffee to apologize for 6 months of postal chaos, if you're willing. I stood in my hallway holding that note longer than I'd admit to anyone. Something about a stranger who read love letters gently enough to leave kind messages felt like it mattered more than it should have. We met at the Elm Street coffee shop, the one from the letters, which felt strange and a little sacred. David was quieter than I expected. Dark-rimmed glasses, ink stains on his left hand from working as an illustrator. He told me the letters weren't his love story at all. They were his late Aunt Renata's, R, written to a man she'd loved in her 20s and never mailed, kept in a shoebox that David inherited after she passed. He'd been having them professionally transcribed and mailed to himself in batches, an odd grieving ritual, planning to eventually publish a small memoir of her life. The postal error had just tangled his own mail with mine. I have to admit, he said, stirring his coffee too many times, not drinking it. I started looking forward to your notes more than the letters themselves. I laughed, feeling something unclench in my chest that had been tight since Jason. I started reading the handwriting for tone before I even opened them. I was ridiculously invested in a dead woman's love life. Weren't we all? He said. And something in the way he looked at me made the coffee shop feel smaller, warmer. We talked for 3 hours that first afternoon. About Renata's unmailed letters, about my broken, almost marriage with Jason, about how strange it was that grief and curiosity had accidentally introduced us. He walked me home along Elm Street, past the window Renata used to sit at on Tuesdays, and didn't try to kiss me, which somehow made me want him to more. It's been 8 months now. David finished his aunt's memoir. I helped him choose the cover photo, an old picture of Renata laughing on a porch somewhere. We still get each other's mail sometimes, the Postal Service apparently incapable of learning, and we've turned it into a private joke, a standing dinner reservation every time an envelope gets misdelivered. Last week he asked me to move into 4B Annex with him, only half joking that at least then our mail would finally sort itself out. I said yes before he finished the sentence. Sometimes I think about how close I came to throwing that first envelope away, how a woman's private grief and a lazy mail carrier accidentally rewired my whole life. Renata never got to send her letters to the man she loved, but somehow, without meaning to, she sent me exactly the right one. Have you ever had something small and accidental turn into the love of your life? I'd love to hear about it in the comments. And if this story made you believe a little more in strange, quiet fate, don't forget to like and subscribe.